Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I just quickly want to say, my previous video, for some reason, which was me testing a colour changing foundation, it only processed on YouTube in 360p, which is what one of the lowest qualities. I have no idea why it did that because it uploaded in HD. And then I was at Jazz's house, I was seeing Jazz and Sophie Louise, two of my friends who also do YouTube, Jazzy Bum and Sophie Louise if you didn't already know. And I saw that my video had gone live because I scheduled it to go live, and then I didn't notice till I got home, which was 4 hours later, that it was still only in 360p. And so I got in touch with somebody from YouTube and they said that they're gonna try and reprocess it or something. Hopefully by the time you're watching this, that is fixed. So if you didn't see my previous video of me testing a colour changing foundation, then fingers crossed that is now in HD and it should be fine. But in today's video, I'm doing another foundation video. I'm sorry that this is kind of like a foundation week on my channel. And today we are testing the Morphe Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation. I have the foundation, I've also got the concealers, and I've also got the powder. I bought all of these off of the Morphe UK website and I thought I would do a test today to see what they're like because I've seen mixed reviews, let's just put it that way. I'm thinking that I might actually like it because the reasons people don't like it are because it's too dry and too matte, I think. But I have really oily skin, so maybe I'll actually like it. Who knows? We'll see. And I'm gonna do a few check-ins throughout the day. Some of them are probably gonna be vlog style because it's currently 2:15 in the afternoon and I'm going to an event in London this evening with Emma, my friend Emma's Rectangle, who also has a YouTube channel. We're going to an event with Koi Footwear. So the Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation was £16. It was actually pretty difficult to pick my shade because I think they've got 50 shades. They have a lot of shades on there and I was kind of deciding which one to get because I have pretty fair skin, as you can see, but my actual skin tone, the skin tone of my body is a more kind of leaning towards yellowy, whereas the skin on my neck and my face is more kind of neutral just because I wear SPF on my face all the time. But I didn't want to get a pink one because I know that from past experiences, pink tone foundations, cooler undertone foundations, don't really match up with the rest of my body. I didn't want to get one that was too yellow because then I'm not that much either. I kind of needed a neutral one. And so in the end, I went for the shade F1.20, which says it's neutral and it says it's the fairest with slightly yellow undertones, which I feel like is kind of what I am. Don't know if this is going to be too light, but I guess we will find out. They have a lot of shades, but I don't know whether or not they would have the right undertones for a lot of people. I would just say go on the website and have a look, and they've got models as well that are wearing them. But even from that, I found it quite difficult because a lot of them look kind of like the same skin tone. Then the concealer was £9 and they don't have as many shades of the concealer, so I did get 2 shades. I got C1.25, which is neutral, and then because I thought that that one might be a bit dark, I also got C1.15, which is cool, but they didn't have a lighter neutral toned one, if that makes sense, so that's why I got these 2. And then the powder was £12 and I got the shade Filter 2. I didn't want to get one because it was translucent and white, so I got the lightest actual colour because I wanted one that would maybe give me a bit of coverage, fingers crossed. Looking at this, it looks like it's going to be too yellow and maybe too pale. So the packaging is just a squeezy tube. I'm just going to swatch this on my hand. That is that one there. You know what, when it's blended out, it might actually be okay. And then just in comparison, a couple of my foundations that match me perfectly are the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour foundation in 03 True Ivory and also the Revlon Colour Stay in 150 Buff. Okay, so that one there is the Maybelline Superstay. I think the Revlon Colour Stay is probably the closest matching foundation that I've ever found. So that one is the Revlon Colour Stay there. And then I'm also just going to swatch for you guys the Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade F3. Oh, okay, that one's definitely a lot more kind of pink toned. And then the final one I'm going to swatch is L'Oreal True Match in 1N, just so you guys can get a kind of idea. So this one is the Morphe foundation, this one is Maybelline Superstay in 03 True Ivory, Revlon Colour Stay in 150 Buff, this one is Revolution Conceal and Define foundation in F3, and this is L'Oreal True Match in 1N. So hopefully that is kind of helpful if you're a similar shade to me. So because it's a matte foundation, and I've seen quite a few complaints of people saying that it's too drying and it really just isn't great. I'm gonna use a more dewy primer. This is one of my favorite primers though, but I didn't want to use a super matte primer with a super matte foundation in case it's too matte. This is the NYX Honey Dew Me Up primer, which I absolutely freaking love. So the first concealer that I've got is C1.25. Doe foot is kind of flat, which I really like actually. I like these little flat bendy doe foots. Smells like paint. Oh, it actually smells really similar to the Revlon Colour Stay, which I actually really like. So that's C1.25, which I think is probably the one I'm going to use. Okay, C1.15 is even lighter and it's more cool toned. I think I'm probably not going to use this one and maybe see if I can send it back. And then the powder looks like this in Filter 2. It does have a mirror, which is good, and then it's also got this section underneath which comes with a kind of sponge thing. I'm starting out with about this much. This also really smells kind of like paint. But I really like it. Is that weird? Oh. And then I'm just gonna blend it in with my Ofra sponge. Oh my god, this is too light. Oh no. Okay, it's got good coverage. Oh, I look like a ghost. Well, at least they do pale enough shades. We know that now. Oh my gosh, it does dry quite quickly. Look, you can see on my head it's already dried. Ah. Oh my god, I look ridiculous. I have to go to an event this evening. I'm gonna have to bronze up my face quite a lot. Oh my god, and like with my t-shirt and everything, I look like Marilyn Manson or something. Okay, if you have very fair skin, then this would be great for you, this shade, and it's not even the lightest shade. So props to Morphe for having actual light shades. To be honest, the foundation doesn't look too bad at the moment. It kind of has clung to dry patches a little bit. I've got a tiny bit of dryness on my nose where I had a spot. It definitely does look a bit dry, and I can see a bit here where it's kind of sticking funny. Okay, so just already from putting this on, I can tell that if you had dry skin, you would probably hate this. Because just on my nose where I've got a bit of dryness, it's kind of clung to that. And it does definitely look like a dry foundation, but we're gonna persevere and I'm gonna test the concealer. The concealer looks like it's gonna be a better shade anyway. Right, let's do my under eyes first and then I'll go back in with my nose and stuff. Ooh. Oh wow, that is really good coverage. Ooh, I like the concealer. Kind of reminds me a bit of Shape Tape, but a bit more matte. You know what really annoys me? Like on the box of the foundation, it says that the foundation is good for all skin types. If you have made a matte foundation, it's obviously not going to be good for all skin types because people with dry skin do not want a matte foundation. Well, most people don't. So why not just say that it's best for people that have like normal to oily skin? Oh no. Okay, on my nose, it's kind of gone a bit patchy. Like, it's taken off a big bit of... Huh? Why is it doing that? It's fine under my eyes, but on my nose, for some reason, that didn't blend the best. What the heck? Oh no. It's like taking off the foundation underneath. Like, where I put it here, there's just a bit of missing foundation there. And then on my chin as well, the areas that I put it's just kind of taken off the foundation underneath. That is so bizarre. But I'm not going to go back in with more because it feels like it's kind of dried. I don't want to mess it up even more. I'm just going to hope that the powder's going to cover it. Oh, maybe I should have brought some brushes over here. That would have been a good start. I like the concealer for under my eyes, but the rest of my face, it didn't seem to mix that great. So I'm just going to go in with the powder to set my face in place. Okay, the powder's adding a tiny bit of coverage, which is good. How is it already sunk into my smile lines? A lot of the powder's like coming around the edges of the thing, but that's fine. I don't really mind that too much. I mean, it is now all in my lap, but I normally use a loose powder, so I'm kind of used to that. I'm gonna get Emma's opinion on this foundation and not tell her which one it is and see what she says. See if she's honest with me, or see if she lies. Okay, to be fair, now that I've added the powder, it's looking a bit better, but you can still see a couple of patches here where it's just been like, where the foundation just kind of came off. Right, I'm gonna really quickly do the rest of my makeup because I need to leave the house in like 10-15 minutes. Now that I've put everything on, it's like 2:35. And then I will be back to check in throughout the day, but let me just give you a close-up first. Okay, so as you can see, I'm looking completely matte. You can kind of see the few patches here where it didn't blend that great, and then same, I've got like one around here. I think you just have to work really quickly with the foundation and concealer because once they're dried, they're dried, and I think I'd left the foundation for too long before putting the concealer on, if that makes sense. I'm gonna look significantly different in about 2 seconds. Okay, so this is my finished look. I'm now about to head out. Haven't done my hair because I'm trying to not straighten it as much and it's really frizzy, but I'm just gonna leave it because I'm trying to protect my hair. So yeah, let's go. Okay, so I'm now with Emma.
Hello. Hi.
And I just want to ask Emma, while you're here.
Yeah.
I'm testing a new foundation.
Oh my god, which side's drugstore, which hand?
It's not half and half.
Oh, fuck, okay.
But I want you to tell me your honest thoughts on it. I'm not going to tell you what foundation it is until after you've told me what you think.
Okay.
I've had it on for like an hour, by the way.
Yeah, it is highlighting texture.
Mm-hmm.
It's still matte. It's matte. Don't think I'm being rude. I can see comments like, Emma's so mean to you. I'm like, I'm not. I know foundation, mate. I'm honest.
This is what I wanted to ask you.
It is picking up texture and it... Relax your face, don't smile. I mean, it's sunken into your smile lines. But... Do you feel self-conscious?
No.
Okay.
My arm aches.
Yeah, it's not the most flattering, but I think like it's passable.
Okay.
Like for people who aren't looking, I would never have looked at me like,
yeah.
So yeah, it's
okay,
not the most flattering. It's not my favourite.
It's the new Morphe foundation.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, okay, yeah.
And concealer and powder. And when I was putting it on, I was like, wow, it does look really dry.
It's really dry.
It dries so quickly, and then when I tried to blend the concealer over the top, it just like took off patches of the foundation.
Yeah, and it's
was
kind of sinking into your pores a little
yeah,
bit.
it's really...
I'm sorry.
Not the best, but
it's not what you want to hear about.
there we go.
To go to an event, like
an opinion from somebody who also
you got to be honest though, haven't
exactly.
you? She asked for it.
Exactly. Thank you.
It's alright.
Right, so quick little foundation check-in. I don't think it's looking that great. It's really badly sunk into my smile lines, and I feel like it's really emphasizing the pores on my nose. So that's not ideal. What's the time? 5 o'clock. So it's been on for like 2.5 hours. Not the best. So it's 6:30. The foundation has been on 4 hours, and I just looked in the mirror. My smile lines, I don't think have ever looked this bad in a foundation. Like, look at this. It's only been on for 4 hours. And I feel like my nose looks extra pory, and it's already starting to go oily. So far, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not too impressed. I think it just looks a bit too like thick and cakey. I'm just gonna like rub them in, I guess. So it's really dark right now, and I'm pulled over. I don't really think you can see me. There's really awful street lighting. But I've just dropped Emma back, and I'm now heading home. So I'll update you guys on my foundation when I get there. Okay, so I've just got home. To be fair, I'm not looking too oily. I just really don't like how it's gone around my nose and my smile lines. Like, it's definitely sunk in a lot more than usual with my foundations. Yeah, it's not looking the best, is it? And then I've got like a patch of dryness down here. Oh yeah, no, I really don't like this foundation. Okay, so I'm back from London. I've just got back from the event. Well, actually, I got back like an hour ago, maybe more than an hour ago. Yeah, more than an hour ago. But I've just come upstairs to film this clip, and it is now 10 to 11. And I put this foundation on at 20 past 2, I think. So, maths. It's been on for like 8.5 hours, I think. Is that right? Am I right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I have to say, I'm not the most impressed with this foundation. To be fair, on camera from this distance, it looks okay. Like, it looks pretty decent. But if I turn the lighting down in a sec, things that I just want to note is I'm now extremely oily on my nose, on my cheeks, on my forehead, and my forehead is normally like the last place that I get oily. And then because I'm extremely oily, I was thinking, well, maybe I should have used a matte primer, but then if I'd have used a matte primer, it would have gone even more dry looking than it did. So hopefully you can kind of see, like, it's really emphasizing the pores around this sort of area. My nose is really oily, and it's really like badly sunk into my smile lines. Forehead is also super oily, as you can see. And then just like my general mouth and chin area, it's just not looking so great. Also, we got caught in the snow and the rain on the way back, which wasn't ideal. If you guys have any questions for me that you want to know, leave them down below with the hashtag question of the day, and I give someone a shout out at the end of every video. Question of the day comes from Claire Davis Gardner, and she told me that the thing I was talking about in my previous video was dermaplaning, and she said, question of the day, do you ever sit and record a whole video and then delete it / not upload it? I don't think I've actually done this before. The only time I've done that is when I was testing a lash serum for a month, and I filmed like the before and after clips, and then because I'd never saved them onto my laptop because I'm stupid, and I always go through like deleting old videos, and I accidentally deleted like the clips from like the first, well, my before lashes and then like the first like week. So that video became kind of pointless because then you couldn't see the before. And yeah, never uploaded that. But I think other than that, I don't think I've done that before. I think because when I've actually filmed a video and put time and effort into it, like especially if I've like gone to the effort of editing it, even just like filming it, like, I don't know, I feel like it would be such a waste of time to then delete it. But I know loads of people that do that because they're just not happy with it. But for me, I feel like I'm not that much of a perfectionist, and if there's something about the video that I don't particularly like, and I've like done something wrong or made a mistake, I'm just kind of like, it's life, it happens, I'm sure it'll be fine anyway, and I just go ahead and upload it, like even if I've done something not right, or like, I don't know, yeah, I just kind of leave the mistakes in. Overall kind of conclusion of this foundation, not my favourite. It was a bit dry looking, and then it just, I don't know, I just don't like the way that it worked around my whole mouth area. If it works for you, then I'm so like happy for that, but for me personally, not the biggest fan. The concealer though, the concealer and powder though, I'll probably continue to use. If you guys aren't already subscribed, then I would love it if you subscribe. Give this a big thumbs up if you want to see more foundation testings, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!